Hello, and welcome back to another video from TrainingRite.com. In this video, we will be talking about the PhoneGap framework, how we basically would be using that framework. As with any other development and testing, whether it is for your GUI apps, Windows apps, or web apps, or whether it is for mobile apps, the first and the foremost thing that is required before we embark on our journey is basically about setting up the right environment so that our deployment and our testing kind of like becomes easier and effective. This basically calls for a list of tools that are appropriate in this context. So we have covered those topics of setting up the environment using the right set of tools in my previous video. So I would strongly recommend and suggest that you watch those videos where I have shown you as how we could be downloading the Xcode, which is the IDE for any of the iPhone and iPad development. So that needs to be downloaded and installed. So I have covered that as a part of the previous video. I have also covered where you could be going and downloading the command line tools. So the command line tools that you would be downloading where basically your iOS simulators, and we have done that in the previous video. This time, we're going to be taking it to the next step, and basically I'll be showing you how we will be creating a simple iPhone app, and we'll be deploying it to a simulator. Now, there are multiple ways of doing that. The native way is to make use of the Objective-C and create that app, and then deploy it either to your device or to your simulator. In my case, because our focus is not the development, our focus is more for the testing. So, but you need to have an idea of how it is created, how those apps are created and deployed. So I'll be using the PhoneGap framework. So here we go. We have to first of all, create a simple project in PhoneGap. And to do that, we will be going into our terminal. So here I am bringing up the terminal. Now this is helpful to create the project using PhoneGap, and once we create the project using PhoneGap, I will be importing that project into my Xcode. So to create that project in PhoneGap, we basically have to use some command line tools to do that, and that's exactly what I intend to do as a part of this video. So here we go. I will be writing some of the commands that we need from the command line, and for that we will be basically navigating ourselves to that folder where we have the PhoneGap framework installed or deployed. And as you can see, the folder is deployed into TrainingRite folder. So over here, I have this PhoneGap. So I basically have to navigate myself to the directory where, or the folder where I intend to create the mobile app for. So if you go into PhoneGap, there are there is this main directory here is the lib
folder, and inside the lib folder you have these different folders, and these different folders help you to create the application mobile app for targeting a particular platform. So if I'm creating a mobile app for iPhones or for iPads, then of course I'm going to be targeting this folder iOS. So let's see how we navigate ourselves to a folder, which is the bin folder within that, and then give the command which we will be creating a project, a PhoneGap project. Okay, so here we are. Let me see where I am right now. This will tell me that I am logged in as a trainer, and I need to see what folders I have at the current path. So I right now have desktop, and I know that my TrainingRite is in desktop, and my PhoneGap is within the TrainingRite. So let me change directory to desktop. So here we go, and now I'm in the desktop folder. Let me change to TrainingRite, which is having this PhoneGap dash 2.9. So let's let me. Okay, so this would be CD PhoneGap PhoneGap dash 2.9.0. Okay. Within the PhoneGap, I have this lib folder, so I would be changing to the library folder, and within the library folder, I have these different folders, and I need to go to iOS. So I would say cd iOS, and within iOS, well, there's a lot of navigation. We would be going to the bin folder, so cd bin. Well, in here, let us first of all check where we are, the complete path. So here it is. I'm logged in as a trainer, and I am in this path, desktop TrainingRite PhoneGap 2.9.0 lib iOS bin. Okay, in this bin folder where I am right now, let us list everything in there. And as you can see, there is an application here. There's a utility rather here called create. And this utility would help me create a PhoneGap project that we will be importing into the Xcode. So to see as how to create that, there's a bunch of commands that we need to type to do that. And so here we go. We're going to be typing that command to create that PhoneGap project. Okay, so for that, the syntax for that is you will be doing a dot and forward slash and do a create. And what are we creating? We are creating a project. So I basically got to give the path of the project. And the path of the project would be, okay, this. So users, uh, trainer, and desktop, and TrainingRite, and within TrainingRite, I will be creating this project, and the name of the project which I would be creating is, let's say, um, training PR TrainingRite first uh, mobile app, something like that. All right. Okay. So this is the syntax is you would be saying creating, then you have to give the path of the project, and then space. Then you would give the basically the project name. So the project name is going to be what we have mentioned in here, which is the TrainingRite first mobile app. The next thing which we'll be doing is space, and then we will be giving the package name. So usually the package name is identifying your company. So usually you identify your company with your TrainingRite.com. So it should basically be given in the reverse order. So I would rather call it com dot training right and dot name of the project, which is tr first mobile app, right? Okay, so this is basically going to be our package name, and then space, and finally the project name. So the project name, basically we will be calling it as tr first mobile app. So before hitting enter, let me just one more time go over what I intend to do in here. I am creating. I'm creating a project at this address, right? So the address is users trainer desktop training right, and then the name of or rather the path is tr first mobile app. Then comes the package name. So this is the package name, and this is the project. So once I hit enter, it should be created. That project should be created in this folder. So if I navigate, if I just go in here, notice that this folder has been created in there. So this is a PhoneGap folder. So if I double click on that, what I have in it is this is the TR First Mobile App Xcode project. Okay, so if I need to import this project into my Xcode, I just need to basically go ahead and then just double click on that. So when I double click on it, that is going to bring up my Xcode, and here it is. And in my Xcode, it is going to load my TR First Mobile App project. So as you can see over here, my project is loaded. If I expand that, I could see the complete details of what is loaded in here. Let me expand the www, because that's where our file is going to be that we need to basically go ahead and then edit depending on what I need to create my mobile app as. So the hierarchy of the files which we have in this project is we basically would have this the name of the project, and then if you expand that, you have a main folder that is www, and everything is in that folder. So if I expand that, so this file is very important, cordova.js. That is the heart of creating a PhoneGap mobile app, because all the references are in that JavaScript file. Now, CSS folder would have references to any cascade style sheets which our page is going to refer. So if I expand, there is an index.css which I'll be explaining it to you. Image folder would have any resources in there that we would be pointing to from our page. Likewise, the rest of the folders. Okay, now I don't think this is a better tool, Xcode, for editing any of your files. So if you need to edit something, you should basically be going to and downloading some tool that can edit these pages. So if I go back to my or before I do that, let me just show you how we could be, deploying it. So for the deployment purpose, right now, here are my possibilities. Now, if you recall, I had downloaded these simulators. So there's an iPad simulator here. There's an iPhone simulator here. Likewise, we got a different versions of that. So if I need to deploy it to any one of them, so I could be going and then selecting that over here. So as itself, without any changing done to the out of the box PhoneGap project, you would be just be selecting this and then running it, and then it'll bring up that simulator, and then it'll show you your application. Now, if you want to take a look, this is basically what we have as a part of out of the box script that comes out. Now, this might not be what we intend to do, but let me quickly walk you through this a little bit so that you have an idea of what is happening here. Um, it's an HTML page. It's an index.html page. So for those of you folks who have done some HTML, this should not be any major issue. You know that within the head you got all of your meta tags, and then there is a title tag, and then if you're referencing any of the cascade style sheet, that would go up here. Now, the title in this case is Hello World, so I would say that I would rather use this opportunity to plug in my company name and say that, okay, TrainingRite mobile um, apps training class, right? Okay, so that's the title. And inside the body, if you look into this body part, inside the body, basically what we have is we got a bunch of div tags in here, and then there is some out of the box, code which is in there. So I will basically go ahead and then just delete that. So that there's no confusion of what we are referencing to. And I will also be deleting this. I don't need that. This we definitely need that. And rather than having it here in the body, I would just take it from here, and then we could literally put it up here if you want, which is in the head section. That's where it should usually go. But that's all right. You can leave it here if you want. Now, over here, I would be typing some HTML. So I would say, welcome to TrainingRite mobile apps testing class, right? And you and your H1. All right, so that's basically what we have. And if I need to go ahead and then deploy it one more time, I would be choosing my simulator. So let me go and choose the iPhone 5. So this is my iPhone 5. And then I would just go and then build it by running it. It'll go and then it would basically invoke, as you can see over here, it is compiling. As it compiles everything, it would invoke the simulator, and build succeeded, and the simulator would pop up and then show us our application. Now, the first time when you run, it might take a little bit of a time to do that. Bear with me, and then you can take a look as what it is going to simulate. Now, the fact that we have this stop over here, that means that the application is still running and trying to pop up that simulator. There it is. As you can see, this is what we have created. So welcome to TrainingRite mobile apps testing class. Now, this is the picture which it is referring, because of the fact that we have used this class, div class app. And if you go and look into the cascade style sheet, which we are referencing over here, link cascade style sheet index.css. Whenever you use a class of app, it would put in this little picture here. All right, so there you go. So what we have seen here is how we could create a simple, very simple PhoneGap framework app, and this can be deployed onto any of the simulators, and down the road, if you intend to deploy it onto your device, that can also be done. Now, if you need to, target a different simulator like an iPad, you could do that. So let's go with the latest version, which is the iPad 6.0, or for that matter, 6.1, and run this. And this is going to the build. The first time it would take a little bit time because it has to compile the files. Now that the files have been compiled, it just needs to bring up the simulator and then display what we need to display. So it's still working on it to bring up the simulator. Sometimes it also depends, like what kind of memory you have, and that plays a role in bringing it up. So here it is. This is a slightly different format, because now we have an iPad. So that's what we are looking into. Now, in our future videos, I will be walking you through creating a TrainingRite mobile app right in front of you, and then we will be going and then showing you as how to test that. And while we are showing you as how to test that mobile app, we will be looking into some different testing tools like Ranorex and also Robotium, and we'll also be looking into Sikuli. So those are basically some of the automation testing tools which we will be covering as a part of our mobile apps testing class. Well, thank you again for all your patience watching this video, and we hope to see you back in another video sometime soon. All right, have a good one.